I would have cuts on my hands and stuff from
tetherball was it. Nah, tetherball was some competitive shit.
Oh yeah,
you do not fuck around when it comes down to tetherball. If you cross my line, we're gonna fight. Ropies? No, we're not.
Yeah, no ropies.
No.
You play ropies?
Oh, we played ropies. Yeah, you gotta be a different type of kid.
That's like playing spinnies on foosball, dude.
Yeah, well,
you play spinnies on foosball?
You know, I didn't play enough foosball to call it spinnies.
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Medium Podcast. It's your host, Melissa Nami.
And it's me, Connor.
And for today's guest, we've got producer and comedian Corey Baldwin.
I don't know what to look at, but I'm looking at it.
You got it the first
this one
time.
right here.
Yeah. Sick. Get my good side.
That one's yours. Your camera.
That right there. That's the thumbnail.
Thank you, Corey.
Yeah, thank you
for coming. Thank you for being here today.
It's a privilege.
You arrived in fashion today. You're the first one of my guests to have to hop the gate.
Yeah, with a blunt in my mouth too. So I was matching stereotypes.
It's fine. Mm-hmm. I thought it was almost like a red carpet entry.
I mean, it seemed fitting. I mean, you see the attire right here. Like, I left my shiesty on the bus. So.
Yeah. And then on my end, you got greeted by a golden retriever and a pair of lesbians.
Like, I literally, crossed over to the north on that one.
Yeah.
History joke.
Oh, yeah. Look at you. You found freedom.
We're cooking today. Brought the Laries.
I'm happy that you're here today.
I'm happy to be here too.
I know it's not like, I'm gonna make it boring or whatever, I'm gonna ask about comedy.
Of course.
Okay.
I expected it.
I started about 3 years ago now.
Nice,
And
nice.
I remember my first, and I've said this before, but my first gameplay was I found out about the buddy system. I followed them, and then I started following all the comics, and through that I found Court of Comics. And I'm like, oh, look there's a bunch of people doing this thing and producing shows and providing spaces for open mics and all these things. And I just thought it was so cool. And through time, I ended up getting to know you, performing with you, and thank you for having me.
And you were like Johnny Gold is the guy that puts you onto me, puts you onto me, and I was like, holy shit. I don't think I seen a clip. I think Johnny Gold's hey, just check her out. I think I seen you on a mic. Heard your set because you had a cast at the time.
Yep, I broke my hand. I broke my hand.
That bit alone, I'm not gonna say it here, but because I'll just butcher it.
Yeah.
Yo, that bit alone was oh, this girl got it. This girl's got it. Plus, she had biceps. I was like, oh, yeah. We gotta get her
and she could beat someone up.
She'll beat your ass.
I'm just kidding. I can't beat anybody up. Full disclosure, I'm a
She'll
baby.
beat you in arm wrestling for sure.
No, I'm a big baby. The one time I was ever confronted to fight was in middle school.
You only had, you could count on your hand how many times you've been in a fight?
I've only been confronted in a fight once.
Confronted?
I've never been in a fight, really.
Whoa, my.
Yeah.
I would you're in construction too, so I would have thought
who the fuck do you think I'm beating up?
I don't know. Weaker men. Challenge for territory. I've been watching too much Nat Geo. Sorry about that.
He said weaker men. I'm like that bitch. I just walk up to guys that are smaller than me.
2025, man. Take him up.
I got confronted once. I don't know why the girl didn't like me in middle school, but
middle school.
Dude, my PE teacher saved me.
Really?
Yup. She heard the girl talking about wanting to beat me up when we were playing baseball against the classes, and she was like, "Hey, Melissa, steer clear of this girl." So I was steering clear.
So she Paul revered you,
dude. Wait, listen.
Okay.
So I walk out of the locker room, and it was the locker room had the locker room wall, the privacy wall, and then the teacher's window to look outside was right there.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And she confronted me right outside of their window. And she just asked me, she's like, "Are you ready to die?"
Oh, what?
And I started crying.
Oh.
I'm not a fighter. And then my PE teacher came out and she knew what she was trying to do and she stopped everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, avoiding confrontation is the...
You saved my life.
It's the key to a healthy life right there.
I think her name was Miss Vernanen or something like that.
Man, that's was she a brunette or was she a blonde?
Like a cherry blonde, almost brunette.
Blonde. Man, those girls are so fun. But damn, she seemed like the type of woman that would paint your nails and teach you a life lesson.
Oh yeah. It's funny too because there was another PE teacher teacher that was like another female PE teacher that ended up knowing our friend's mom. And I never told my friend's mom about it. But when she told that lady, she was like, oh, blah, 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 you might have known. And she said my name. She's like, oh, she ran into a pole in middle school. And she fucking was telling adults in my life that I ran into a pole. I was like, damn, you guys are gossips.
So they're telling everybody that you ran into a pole or your bullet?
I ran into a pole.
Yeah.
I ran into a pole in middle school. Like, pretty bad.
Well.
I fucked up my face. I had a black eye.
Ouch.
Yeah. I was talking to someone like this.
Imagine talking to the parents. It's like, well, how did she get this? She ran into a pole.
Yeah. Yeah. They called me pole hugger for like a year.
Hugger?
Yeah.
And made no money off of it.
No.
She worked hard for the money.
I've always said that. I was like, they made me sound like that sounds like a stripper thing.
Yeah.
I'm 11.
Coming to the States to Epstein's Island, Melissa Natty.
The pole hugger.
The pole hugger. Oh my
so
god.
dumb. Yeah, they called me that in middle school. The PE teachers would call me that.
What's up, pole hugger?
Yeah,
That seems like a high school nickname.
I did wrap around the pole. Like I freaking.
Oh, so you full on like ran into it, like Looney Tunes style, just.
I'll tell you. So I was running with the class. And you might
no.
not be able to hear me really good, but so I was running with the class, and some gal called my name. So I was looking behind me running.
Oh no!
And as I was looking behind, the basketball pole came out of nowhere, and I just ding. And then I woke up in the nurse's office and everything.
I'm not gonna.
They brought out a wheelchair. It was lunch. Yeah, I don't want to.
It was pretty funny.
That was
sounds like
traumatizing to you, but hilarious to us, honestly.
I'll never forget that moment.
I don't think anybody would if they witnessed that. I want to be pole hug. Remember that pole hugging girl? That was her.
She ran into the pole.
I mean,
I would introduce myself like that in high school. I'd be like, I don't know if you know, but I'm the girl that ran into the pole.
Most likely to run into poles. That's crazy.
Well, the thing is, I ran into the pole during like there would be that switch of lunchtime. So there was like one period that was like.
So
on
you weren't
lunch.
even doing anything physical. You were just in a rush.
No, I was running. We were running laps at the baseball field.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
around
Because
the
I remember
basketball
doing
courts.
the miles, so I assumed that's what you were doing.
No, yeah,
God
similar.
forbid if you just did that trying to get to lunch. I'm like, damn, how many pounds did you shed?
Nah, fool, I did it during warm-ups.
Oh no. Didn't even get to the fun stuff.
But yeah, I've never like I don't know why that got brought up. Like I'm a non-confrontational person. Oh,
Yeah.
breaking my hand and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't beat up. Beat up weaker men.
Yeah.
That's where that
Despite the
came
aura. Yeah.
But it was really cool, and
it was
I'm
cool to have you because I mean there wasn't like too much of a talent pool in the IE area at the time that we already haven't booked. Like it's already depth, but seeing like a lot more people, especially yourself, like starting 3 years ago, like I think it was you and like 3 other people I've seen. I'm like, well, shit, it seems like another renaissance is coming out because it was like post 2020, and I'd seen a lot of comics like really going out there and get it, and that's kind of what the spark with me. I was like, I wanted to start producing because I seen what the buddy system was doing, and I was like, I kind of want to jump on that bandwagon a bit.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it doesn't seem too hard. Like, if you have the equipment and you got the space, like, the first space that I got was the lobby, ironically. Like, I got the lobby first because there was a guy there. He was the manager. We got drunk one night. And we were having, like, one of those heart-to-heart conversations. And I told him what comedy meant to me. Like, I was already doing it at Back to the Grind beforehand. And it wasn't a buddy system running it. It was a guy named Mario. I don't know if you ever heard of these stories. Yeah. Like, the Back to the Grind mic back in the day was like a mixed mic. It was like a Rupo.
They still do that on
they
Mondays.
Still do that, but a whole different host.
Yeah.
Way better host. Because the first host, my God, I'll never tell you guys the story that he told us, but I'll say this, frothy has a new meaning, and I never want that in my milkshake. Yeah. It was horrendous. Plus, he had like a spine thing too, and he was my neighbor across the street, and he was gay.
He's all, this scoliosis ass having.
I have it too, but I don't let it be known. But it scares me. I was like, man, I don't want to have hips like that. And he was skinny, like 110 wet. You know what I mean? Like real skinny cat. Across the street from me, always yelling, and I was like, holy shit! Like he was a very sweet guy when I first moved in.
Yeah.
But like I came from LA, Stockton, and he's probably the craziest motherfucker I ever met.
Stockton?
Yeah.
When did you move to SoCal?
17. Like when I was 17 years old. I don't remember the date exactly because I mean it's like when like the 2012, 2013
It was August 24th,
6:30 p.m.
I'll remember the weather.
You know what's funny? Like as I was coming in to SoCal, I was passing LAX and all these places, and that was my idea of LA. I was not expecting to go to South Central and seeing like South Central kind of like the way it was. Like I'm in Stockton and expecting like LA, like the glamour, the glitz, Hollywood, shit like that. LA is huge. A lot of it's ghetto as fuck. It will chew you up and spit you out so quick. Like my mom's like, nigga, you don't know how to hustle? I was like, no. I know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. You ever seen a dark magician? No, nigga, the only dark magician know how to flip $1 to 100.
You know, blue eyes, white dragon.
Blue eyes. But no, the best 4 years of my life, honestly.
That's rad.
Yeah.
When you moved here, were you already doing comedy?
I had aspirations to do it. Like I started a little bit in Stockton because I went to a continuation school and we had something called KC. That was kind of the exit exam, and we had to pick a career. So I honestly wanted to pick an easy career. Like I was already like telling jokes and shit like that, but I wasn't like taking it as serious.
Yeah.
Or I don't think I was even on that level intellectually about it. Like I wasn't so in depth with comedy. I just love watching it. Like Cedric Entertainer. I was watching Kings of Comedy, and I loved Bernie Mac. So I always watched the Bernie Mac show.
That show was awesome.
Fucking loved it. So
rest in peace.
Oh, rest in peace. Dark skinned brother. So funny enough, like when I pitched the idea to actually do comedy as a career, I just have to prove that it was a career viable. I looked it up on Wikipedia, and no shit, like there was people who had firefighters, nurses, and it's like 2 years, 1 year. Comedy said, oh, you'll make it in 5 to 10 years. And then my teacher said, oh, that sounds difficult. I want to see where you go with it. I was able to do that as my presentation while everyone had to do deep research. All I had to do was watch stand-up.
Oh, nice.
For about 2 weeks. It was the best fucking 2 weeks of my life. And I did my first 3-minute set in front of my class.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So.
Do you remember your first 3-minute set?
I swear, I wish I did, because I remember seeing the question brought up. I was like, oh, dude, I want to get ready for this.
Yeah.
I cannot remember for the life of me my first real jokes. I got some earlier jokes, but I think I got away with saying ass. That's about it.
What? I was in class?
Yeah, and in geometry class too. Like I could have said bitch too or fuck, but I don't think my teacher at the time was really gonna fly with it. So
bro, Shia LaBeouf punched his teacher in the face because he said ass a couple times in class.
Yeah, but it's continuation
for
school.
Disturbia.
Like,
remember that scene? Kiss ass.
Yeah. I haven't seen Disturbia, but I need to check it out.
Oh, it's not that great.
I haven't seen that movie since we were like 13.
That's just I remember that
seeing
scene.
commercials for it, and then Lakeview Terrace. I'm like, well, shit. Like they got a lot of shaky cam movies coming out now. Cool.
That shaky, yeah. I bought like a new thing just randomly to stop because I shake a lot when I record video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got shaky ass hands, dude.
Yeah, I got shaky ass hands too, but it's because I don't get enough sleep.
Yeah. Did you record your first set?
No, like it was funny enough. My first set over at Back to the Grind was recorded for a while, and I had it, and then I deleted it after seeing it.
What?
I think one of my earlier jokes was my Elmo impression. That's probably the earliest.
You do a good Elmo impression.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I don't do it as much anymore. Like
never. I feel like I heard you do it once, and it might have just been because of like crowd work.
Yeah.
It was when and I'm trying to remember. I might be mixing up my shows. When those kids were at Evans.
Yeah.
There was like that pair of little kids.
Yeah, I really was talking to the kids. Hello. I was like,
tickle me. Do it.
I'm like, Des. Yeah, no, that was
Dick killed it because he would say his name, and the little boy every time he's like Dick's. He was, his name is Dick, and he just says his own name, and the little boy was like,
he's just cackling away, and his parents are just sitting right there trying to get him to pay attention to the iPad.
Yeah, they're all what? Play your place.
No, he said Dick.
Play your Game Boy.
Yeah, I guess I wanted to bring a little aura of like innocence to it, but then I still got like pretty brash humor, so I'm like, eh.
I mean, it's parents' choice at that point, dog.
They know I was going to tickle them somehow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. That was a weird joke.
So you deleted your first set at Back to the Grind out of like later on spite from yourself.
Yeah,
I
I hate listening to myself so much. I'm like, God damn, like why did I go that route? And like when like you feel it, like once you go on stage, it kind of like floats and it's like, damn, that's great. And like I feel like I did a good set, and then you watch it back, and it's like, how did he even like this?
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I messed up right here. So I think I was just overly critical.
Yeah.
Especially what I started writing later. I was like, it was humbling at first, but I needed to free up some space on my Android. So I was like, yeah, let's get this shit out of here.
Do you record your sets now?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Like I do like every now and then. Like if I'm working out a new bit, I will probably do like the first 2 times I do it and one more time later on.
Oh, okay, right on.
Yeah. I don't do it every show. Yeah, again, Android phone. I don't want to.
Damn.
Yeah. It's
and why do you
limited.
still have an Android? I'm just kidding.
Switch to apples?
I feel like you guys that keep them, you like it's like not that obviously nothing bad, but there's always like a reason why someone loves Android.
Well, I mean,
and I don't have a reason why I love Apple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Right.
just got used to it.
I mean, I feel like it's like birds of a feather. Like if you've already been with this flock so long, you don't really have anything that you really want to detach. See, I've been with Android since Metro PCS.
Yeah.
So I've always had Android. And like that was my shit back then. $50, man, talking to the
I haven't
world.
heard it in a long time.
Right.
I used to have Boost Mobile when you would chirp. Yep.
Where you at?
You remember? Hell yeah, you remember? That shit was tight.
Yeah, that was so fun.
That shit was
Man,
tight.
remember when commercials were actually, like trying
Fun.
to be super ethnic? Like everyone had hoodies all of a sudden because Eminem made it cool again.
Yeah, right.
Did Eminem make the hoodie cool again?
I mean, 8 Mile came out and everybody wanted to be kind of hardcore.
Do you remember the Detroit fashion going on throughout all the schools and stuff? Like Detroit rapper fashion?
Yeah.
Sagging
I was
pants.
wearing wife beaters and basketball shorts in elementary school. Like, I won't lie.
Damn.
White trash being fashionable.
Yeah.
What a time.
That's all it
What a
was
time.
white trash.
Fashionable white trash.
Fashionable white trash. It's PBR in a glass bottle.
Yeah. Did you rap too, Connor?
No.
Okay.
No. I knew my limitations
I knew my
are.
place.
Yeah, I know my
knew my
place.
place.
I do rock music.
It's nice.
When you were going to Back to the Grind and stuff like that, was the buddy system? Because I think they started at like the Hideaway or something like that, where they established.
the Hideaway
already.
was great back in the day too. Ironically, the buddy system, like it started with Aaron Chase. They were just sitting on the side of the road, and they did comedy outside. I seen that. I was like, man, that's bold.
Yeah.
That's bold.
Did you do that?
Hell no.
No. Okay. Got it.
No. I was not that good at the time.
Yeah.
I wasn't that confident either. Like if I now, I'll probably do it. But back in that day, nah.
Nice.
I did not have that hope in my heart. That was like, oh, I'm gonna kill it right now. People are gonna stop. It's like, man, this guy got the message. Fuck no. They're
Someone's gonna throw a tomato at
Right?
me.
No, they got rocks over there.
They just pick up the nearest stone and murder
Oh,
you.
it's a dirt clod.
Because that's not slight battery. Like that
Right.
usually hurts someone pretty
In
bad.
some way.
It's always like a rock or an ashtray that fucks someone up in a movie. You know what I mean?
Or a glass bottle conveniently there.
Why are ashtrays so traditionally heavy?
You know, like
you don't
I
want it to blow away?
Yeah, I mean it's a paperweight. It's like essentially like you can make a scooped out rock an ashtray. Like and
Scooped out rock.
yeah, I know it sounds like well, why not scooped out paper? Because you're gonna burn the paper, stupid.
Yeah.
What about scissors? Don't be silly.
Don't be silly. How did you Courts of Comics?
Yeah.
Would you have like an established date on you guys as a producing crew?
You know what's funny? Like the first year we did, and we totally forgot.
Really?
Yeah, I think we're 3 years in, and I don't think even Dick remembers. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been nice.
Cool. So you guys started like 2020, 2021,
Yeah.
like post-COVID?
Yeah, post COVID,
Oh, sick.
It was pretty cool because I mean, again, like everyone's just starting to poke their head back outside.
Yeah,
so it was
yeah.
like a fucking golden opportunity.
Yeah.
And like I was already doing the lobby thing for about 2 weeks, and it sucked.
And you had been doing that independently?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just me, myself, and I. And then they had like some speakers, and it was hard.
Dude,
Work, boy, work. And so Dick seen me like one day, and he just helped me like wrap up for the night. He just helped me with some chairs.
It's usually how it starts.
It just starts with the most humblest way.
Do you need help?
Do you need help? Well, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. So he kind of like, I didn't know Dick had the history with actually like doing shows. Like he was a musician beforehand. So he already had like some insight into how to run a show. So I was just picking his brain, and then we ended up just kind of just jumping on that road at that point.
Teaming up together.
Yeah. And then after, I want to say a couple of shows back at the lobby, and she was already doing her show. We ran ours like as an open mic, and she was running her as a show. So I felt like it was better just to get on out of there at that point. Yeah. Because there was already opportunity elsewhere.
Yeah. And you wanted to kind of transition into show more?
Yeah. Because I felt like it was kind of the time for us. And at that point, like, what I had to learn about producing is like your venue could change like on the fly. So you kind of got to adapt, but that's kind of the best part about it. You don't really know where you're going to end up at or what venue is going to give you a chance. And we had random venues give us a chance. Like we got the Hideaway after the lobby.
Nice.
But I worked there too. So again, wasn't expecting it, but we did a couple open mics there. And then we started running shows in Placencia, of all places. Like it's over there by Orange County. I may be saying that wrong. Name so wrong too. I always say Placida or Placencia.
I think you're saying it right.
All right, cool.
But I also could be very wrong.
Man, shit.
I never lived there. I feel like that's how you learn how to say the name of the city and streets and stuff.
after the pod.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out. But there was a guy named Troy Douglas. Ironically, one of the first book shows I actually did outside of the IE. And he had a place called Group Therapy Pub. And he was I think he was running Tuesdays and Saturdays, and he couldn't run Tuesdays anymore. So then we took over Tuesdays. And then from there, it was kind of like snowball effect. I think we were there for about 3 months, and then we started like really cooking with different venues. And
had you guys already come up with the name Court of Comics?
Court of Comics we came up with that kind of like after our third open mic at the lobby. Like we went out for fries. We had a third person with us at the time. And we were all pitching ideas because we all liked comics. So the Court of Comics was kind of the play on words with the Court of Owls. Kind of just this system of different comics to where we wanted to keep revolving the lineup rather than just sticking to just one sort of lineup, what works. Like, of course, we'll bring back the favorites, but we wanted to give like a lot of opportunity to people who we seen like really like going out there and getting it. Yeah. And not really like, we didn't want to stay pigeonholed because I stayed pigeonholed to like one scene for a while. And like the comedy world is so vast. I'd much rather like touch different like fronts. Yeah. But I was kind of closed off to it. So just especially for beginners, like people that starting to get in, it feels good to be able to be like, hey, you could be one of the first book shows here, especially if you already put the work in with like getting your type 5, you got your jokes established, you got that confidence on stage, we'll give you the shot. Yeah. And it's food. Yeah.
Man, that's I just that idea, like I know I seem frustrated, but I'm like I miss the idea of like, I don't know if you feel the same way, but it's like I feel like no one's trying to make a type 5 anymore.
You know, I feel like everyone's trying to monologue. And
what's happening with that, dude?
Like people don't want to be silly on comedy no more. Everyone wants to be a fucking like a messiah. Like, dude, first of all, man, we're not gonna put you on a stick and nail you. All right, like.
Easter was last month.
Right, Easter was last month. The mic is not like a counseling session. Like it's supposed to be a confession that we could laugh at, right? You're only talking about like things in your life that seems funny, you know what I mean? Seem relatable. Yeah. You don't want to tell people about how your last relationship ruined you and now you're a drunk piss on the side of the wall. Yeah. No, we don't want to hear about that. We want to know who you're pissing on the side of the wall. That sounds more funny. Tell me that story.
You want to laugh, is what you're saying.
Like one person's tragedy, another person's comedy per se. But I can only do so much tragedy before I'm like, all right, well, what the fuck is he up there for?
Yeah, yeah. It gets like it's either dark or it's like it's not silly. It's like you're just trying to be vulgar, just to be vulgar.
Just to be crass.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my first type 5.
Was that how it was?
I felt like I relied on the N word a lot.
Me and Ty.
I mean, if you got it in the pocket,
too.
Just kidding. I mean, your last name is an N word, so
Nammy.
my Nammy.
It's just I just remember when I started, that was like the only thing I wanted. I'm like, if I can think of 3 to 4 jokes that fill up 5 minutes,
And it feels like a task, right?
Yeah.
Like
It was hard.
How am I going to be able to come up with 5 minutes?
Yeah.
What the like? Who does this? And then, like, I think after like a month or two, like you'd start setting in. It's like, oh damn. Like it doesn't really you don't really have to overthink it.
Yeah, it's figuring it out.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm like, I don't want to talk too much about any new people, because obviously
we're still essentially new people.
Yeah, for real.
Right.
But it's I just like, I don't understand. It's like people being misogynistic, vulgar just to do it. And it's like, when are you going to realize like that doesn't work?
Right. Like if you're going to be shocking, like make it clever. You know what I mean? Don't just lead us with this idea that, all right, you're going to like rape jokes. You know what I mean? Oh, you're going to take it whether or not, like, what? Like, that's not a punchline. Like saying, like P. Diddy saying, take that sounds like a rape joke. That's funny. Just because it's just misdirect. It's not like a pinhold on rape thing. Now it's like a dig on Diddy. Rather than you just saying some random stuff coming out your mouth. It's like, huh, sounds crazy. Like, work that shit out. Work that shit out.
Yeah.
Stop being afraid of the open mics. Pay that $5 and get yourself.
And then they keep saying it the same, and it's like, yo, yeah.
Man, I hate when I go to open mic. I see somebody there and they do the same shit they did the last time, the same way, and it still doesn't work.
Yep.
But I do commend the people who believe in their material enough to stand by that. I had some homies that stood by there and shit, they would tank. And then I see them go in crowds with that same set, fucking demolish.
Yeah.
So I mean, like different philosophies,
Demographics and stuff like that. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, I'm not gonna fib. Like, I don't I don't go out and seek out like the girliest comics that are talking about like, I love men. Like, that's
God.
not the person I'm clicking on Netflix.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I've been at shows where that's like killing in the crowd.
Yeah, like I don't try to like rely on the black jokes either. Like,
Why did you throw it in there?
Because I mean, because what is a black
He's
joke?
all black jokes.
Yes. Like, I mean, every dark joke is kind of a black joke if you think of it that way, you know. But
if you think about it, black is just the absence of light. Or darkness is just
all black guys are emo. We're not okay.
Just cover your eye with the hair. Just
cause tonight will be the night we will go to the Underground Railroad.
Someone listened to Dashboard Confessional. No, who was that? That wasn't Dashboard Confessional. That was the other people.
No, I'm not good at this.
Secondhand Serenade. That was the name of that band. Dude, did you listen to emo music?
I did. Like,
Corey.
in post 2020. Like, I got a job at UPS and got really into My Chemical Romance for some reason.
That's fire.
I'm like everybody in high school was into it. I was not, just out of sure, like, yeah, fuck you guys. I'm gonna rebel against the rebellion.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, fuck Green Day, all this shit. And now, like, I can't get through 21 Guns without like swelling up or like,
damn.
Like, when September ends, it gets me too.
Wake me up
when September ends. And I went to their concert recently. Oh my god, I felt my hair spiking.
You put on eyeliner?
Nah, I just didn't sleep, man. Just let it grow
Frosted
naturally.
your tips for the rock show.
That's right.
It's just that's definitely a gripe of mine recently but I agree with you, like, all jokes aside. I know you said it very nicely and very diplomatically.
Right.
There is a very pure, there's something pure about someone like, and I feel like I'm like that. Like, I'm like, this is funny, but I'll work on it until it's funny.
Right.
Like, I never like, oh, it's not working, but someone's gonna get it eventually. It's like, oh, if they're not getting it, it's more of a me problem, not a them problem. Yeah.
Like, I think there was a comic that told me that after a mic that we used to do at Alice's, and he told me, like, I said, man, I bombed up there. He's like, did you have fun? I was like, yeah. And then I treated it like this, like a Arthur moment, like a PBS and like message moment. Like, oh wow, this is something I should take with me in comedy.
Yeah.
And then he forgot my name next time I seen him. I was like, oh well.
This fool.
At least he did it out of the kindness of his heart.
Yeah.
But yeah, like as long as you're having fun, if they're having fun, then you know you're doing something right.
Yeah.
If it seems like it's awkward, you're trying too hard, it feels like you may want to like switch gears, maybe bring it back later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you, because I made this mistake when I first met you and Dick for some reason. I just always assumed you were also a veteran. Does that happen often?
You know,
Like, I just assumed it.
we started doing a show at Bastard's Canteen for a while. And our first show there, they asked me if I was a veteran.
Yeah.
And it gave me an idea for a joke because I was just saying, oh yeah, I'm a veteran of the Salvation Army. And it was like, oh well, boom, that'd be hilarious. Boom. It did kill. But yeah, no, I am not a veteran.
I asked you before. I know that you're not. Yeah.
But no,
I
I've
remember
gotten that
making
a
that
lot.
mistake. I was like, oh, what did you serve in? You don't really talk about it on stage. But I just like assumed you guys were like.
memories. I don't want to think about those times at Guantanamo. Yeah.
So that does happen.
Yeah, it does happen a lot.
Yeah.
Ironically, I almost went to the Marines, but then
Really?
yeah. But my brother-in-law, he talked me out of it. He was like, "Man, you're like, why don't you just go to school and get an apartment? You don't want to be a target in the Army." And when he said a target, I got a big ass head. I was like, "Damn, I am gonna take a shot."
Headshot.
Yeah, I'm very uncoordinated.
You're gonna get two Arabs to high five in the
We got
him right in the head.
He's on big head mode. Glata. Marvel Rivals. I should have went GoldenEye joke right there. But
I love GoldenEye.
Yeah,
I mean, are you a big James Bond guy?
never seen any of the movies.
No?
I've played the Nintendo 64 game thousands of times.
Fire. We
Thousands
talk
of
about
times.
that game a lot.
I know.
I argue it's the best first-person shooter ever.
I would second that.
He says
Right after
Halo was the first.
Oh no, we are not getting into.
I don't think I said
here.
Halo was the best first person
When we
shooter.
talked about like the first ones that came out that like revolutionized first-person shooters,
Yeah, Halo's one of them for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still just
Quake.
say Quake. Maybe
Quake.
that's what you said.
Never
I don't
played.
think
I was a
maybe.
Did we ever have this
Time Splitters type
conversation?
of
We
guy.
need to listen to the video game episode again.
Yeah, maybe we need to
Go
re-listen.
to the third podcast. I'm sure we brought it up.
All right.
But we did an episode just on video games.
Oh man, I need
Yeah,
to check
yeah.
that out.
I
Well, just
can't
because they're so
remember either.
formative, you know what I mean?
if you really peel it back, a lot of these video games, it's like, damn, how did you guys really get in a room and make this?
Yeah, well, that's what I always joke about. But like, I have siblings with kids, and I always make the argument that I'm like, video games foster discipline.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't make that, association. But not only do they foster discipline, they foster, they help garner like whatever reaction time, everything.
You got to be diligent. You got to follow patterns.
Yep.
Like you got to have some insight into the video game in
Yep.
order to complete it. Like I think the disconnect now is you just see it streamed rather than figuring it out for yourself. Like there would never be no more difficulty to me than playing Pokemon Emerald trying to get Rayquaza.
Yeah.
I had to figure that shit out by somebody else telling me, and he got that from a magazine.
Yeah, and if
Like,
that's
that
what I was gonna say. If you're lucky, one of your friends had an IGN magazine that like helped you out a little bit.
Like we were literally one step away from carrier pigeon.
Yeah.
And
My
now-
mom wouldn't buy me the magazine. She's like, I already bought you the game. So like I wouldn't get the magazine, but I remember I would.
Why do I just like see your mom at that point? Never met the lady, mind you.
Yeah,
But
she's so sweet. She's like, I already bought you the
I
game.
already bought you the game. And the best explanation.
We would be in line at like the store, and I'd be like trying to find my part real quick, and I'm like, if I can, I'd read it, and then it just gone by the time I get home. But you're right.
Yeah.
Do you watch people stream?
Yeah. It depends on the game. Like I watched Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Do you watch people stream? I know you
I watch
stream, but
like
do you watch?
competitive events, but I don't
Got it.
really watch streams
I
like
tried to
should
get
as a
into that,
streamer.
but like I had a coworker of mine that was really good at the Smash Brothers tournaments.
Sick.
And I tried to do online play, and I played with Kirby. Yes, I'm a cheater.
Sick.
Who cares? Dude,
C stick, up B, C stick,
bam,
up
bam,
B.
block. Like literally
Fly
just turn
away.
into a fucking block.
Fly away.
Fly away. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh yeah, up B, down B. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good combo.
The fact that you could just go off the top of your head, like, good God.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Me?
could definitely beat me in Smash Brothers.
Oh no, C-Stick is just the
call
best
it Smash
spam. I'm literally just saying my spam, which is just C-Stick gets your mega hit.
so many times. How can I forget it?
Oh, I would spam it, and then I had this buddy. I'll name him Twan on the podcast. Oh my god,
Shout
I
out
fucking
Twan.
hated when he would pick Kirby.
Twan knew what to do.
Dude, we were like 12 years old, and I was like, I'm gonna murder you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Melee Kirby was another beast entirely.
I guess like my question is like, let's say you're playing a role-playing game, both of you guys.
Okay.
Do you even watch anyone stream that game before you play it yourself? Or do you watch it like simultaneously?
I say yeah. Like I would like I only played through Fallout 4 and Skyrim without streaming it. Everything else after that, like video games is so cinematic. Personally, I don't want to be playing all those games. I'd much rather watch the movie. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, what, 4-hour movie. I could put it on the background. If something's interesting, boom.
Yeah, dude, my
Just
friend
sit
tells
down.
me about Red Dead Redemption, and well, that sounds like a sick-ass
Oh, no,
fucking
Red
Western
Dead-
movie.
Man, I played through Red Dead Redemption and cried at the end of that game.
Really?
Cried. Because, like, you're this character for so long, John Marston, and then you die at the end. Give you the opportunity to shoot out a couple of people. Cutscene says you don't get none of them. And then, boom, the sun comes back, and then you kill the judge. And then it goes, boom, Red Dead Redemption. Bitching. Just bitching. I cried at that part, not when he died. Like, the part when it's like, all of a sudden, it's like, I got it, motherfucker. It's like, yeah, you did, man. Yeah, you did. It's
You
like
did
a sport.
it.
It's like a sports story with Colt 45s.
Yeah. What's the one really? Remember the Titans? Sports movie, right?
We lost a teammate in a horse accident. I had to watch that. Like, I got a DUI and had to watch that movie so many times.
Why did you have to watch it?
Because I'm thinking, like, when you get a DUI, kids don't drink and drive. Like, when you get a DUI, you have to go take these classes. And the classes are supposed to, like, designed to teach you, hey, you shouldn't be drinking and driving because these are the consequences. Ironically, the character in Remember the Titans died in a, like, drunk driving accident. Another driver hit him. Apparently, that's the only fucking movie someone dies in a drunken vehicular accident. Cause,
Really?
Yeah, because we only watched that movie like 5 times, and then I think we've seen like 2 other movies, like Lifetime movies or some shit. Like, I couldn't remember the name, but I remember hearing that, like, same Denzel Washington was like, black and white gonna eat together. It's like, all right, cool, as long as there's no signs, right? Yeah.
It's when they depict drunk driving, it's always so over the top dramatic.
You see remember the commercials when they would just slow it down and they would just look over? It's like,
Why are you driving so fast?
why are you driving so fast?
I didn't see you and I can't hit the brakes.
Man, I would have been pulling up my phone. It's like, Mom, this is gonna be the last time I call you.
There is that one really fucking, I will say, very emotional. I think it's like an Australian drunk driving accident.
I've seen that one.
That one makes me cry. Where everything
so
pauses and they get out and talk to each other.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh man, that's deep, dude.
My daughter's in the car.
Oh, my daughter.
If you hit us, we're going to die. I'm fucked up.
Dingo ran over my baby.
A dingo stole my car. It's not me driving, mate.
It's not me.
It's the dingo. It's the dingo.
Is that racist against Australians? Like,
Fucking if it is.
right, what are you gonna do? Come over to California? Get a boat.
You could be, I think it's okay right now to be like racist towards Australians a little bit, like dingoes and kangaroos, whatever.
Yeah.
And then Connor's shaking his head no.
No. I think it's okay to be racist.
And Russians can always be the villain.
I mean, they're like the black white guys. Like, they're the only other white guys that never smile in pictures. Like, oh yeah.
Russians.
Yeah, we drink in the morning with everything over here, kind of, community garden status. Yeah.
This is your Russian accent.
That's the closest Russian I got. Thank you, Steven Seagal, for the movies.
That's
Steven Seagal, what a guy.
Right. What a hairline.
Right.
Why can't, and you guys are probably going to be like, why don't you know who he is? Why can't I think of who he is right now?
You need to
this
watch.
guy.
Yeah, you should watch some Steven Seagal
Look him
movies.
up.
What a hairline. Is he wearing a wig? That's a toupee. That's a motherfucking, at least in the later photos, that's a toupee.
Yeah, no, the age is like time has not been kind to that guy.
I like in his
Oh.
movies he kind of switches from like ebonics to fucking like trying to be Chinese
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit.
Hey,
It's
what
so
up,
funny.
G? Konnichiwa.
It's so fucking insane.
Yeah, no,
He's a crazy person.
Like he's literally trying to do both roles of Rush Hour.
That is kind of
Do
his
I
movies.
understand the words that coming out my mouth?
That is good. That's a good explanation of his movies. Is
Yeah.
him trying to do both roles of Rush Hour.
He's a little trouble in Tokyo.
Are you a big movie guy?
I used to be, but I'm so bad at quotables. I just don't like.
I don't really quote movies.
I hate people who are able to do that so well because I smoke so much weed. I think it just holds me back from my true potential.
You
Like-
just can't remember
like
the
that movie
lines.
Lucy, like with Scarlett Johansson, when she's like, "Oh, now I could turn it to gas and shit." Like I feel like if I stopped smoking weed, I could like hack into like phones with my mind or something.
Just imagine.
Yeah, but when someone gives me a quotable like from a movie, and it's like, "What, you haven't seen this movie?" Yes, I've seen the movie. I just don't like, I don't remember lines. Like I don't think I'm going to do commercials. And
Yeah. I think I'm not a big like movie quoter. Are you? Yeah, you're not. I quote one movie and one movie only.
One movie.
Yeah, Hot Chick, and I only do one quote. Whenever someone's like, "Oh, I've been losing weight," I'll make the joke from that movie where like, "Oh, have you been eating less or barfing more?"
Ha!
It's just a silly
Early
eating
2000s
disorder joke.
writing was so bulimia. Who gives a fuck about mental health? Take this punchline.
Let's be honest, that's what it is. Are you
Yeah.
eating less or barfing more? That's the line. It's so
Either way,
silly.
hit the runway.
Yeah.
Mission Tyra Banks.
Smile with your eyes.
Yeah.
That's what I remember from that show too. I only remember like
We
one thing.
believed in you. She
Yeah.
had the Professor Xavier vein through her hair.
Yeah. I'm like, even White Chicks being such a quotable movie.
Yeah.
The only quote I remember is, "You want to talk about mothers?" Yeah.
Well, it's mama time, mama.
Yeah. Yo Mama jokes were funny. I remember telling Yo Mama
Remember
jokes
that
and getting
show,
in trouble.
Yo Mama?
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah. I got in trouble on the bus for telling Yo Mama jokes.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did you play a game in middle school or high school called Cup?
No.
So like we had a game called Cup, and it would just be you and the other person. You would just be slinging jokes back and forth.
This is in Stockton.
Yeah. So like on the playground, that's kind of how I like it was started. Like cut my jib a bit because I still had a big ass head, skinny body. I couldn't fight, so I had a lot of talk.
I had to be likable.
Yeah.
People could punch me in the face real quick.
Yeah, real quick. Like it just come right back up too. Like
Like one of those dancing wind guys when they bend up.
whoa, here's a car. Used? Yeah, no, those were the good times. Those were the good times.
Yeah, mine were more like Yo Mama jokes on the bus and stuff like that. Like that's
Yeah.
when we would talk
It's
shit was on the bus.
It's similar camaraderie.
I didn't
Just
talk shit in class. And then
Oh,
at
yeah.
recess, I played fucking tetherball, bro.
Oh, you did ropies?
Tetherball, dude.
Buttercups?
I would have cuts on my hands and
Yeah,
stuff from.
no, tetherball was
beating that.
it. Nah, tetherball was some competitive shit.
Oh, yeah, I was
you do
good.
you do not fuck around when it comes down to tetherball. If you cross my line, we're gonna fight. Ropies? No, we're not.
Yeah, no ropies.
No.
You
If
play
it's-
ropies?
Oh, we played ropies. Yeah, you gotta be a different type of kid. You
That's
gotta
like playing spinnies on foosball, dude.
Yeah, well,
You play spinnies on foosball?
You know, I didn't play enough foosball to call it spinnies. Honestly, it's gonna be.
Do you play spinnies on foosball?
I haven't played foosball in so long, but I
But
don't
if you
remember
do-
playing spinnies.
You
No.
mean
Maybe.
it's like
Yeah, when you just start flicking all the handles. That shit's so
It's-
cheap.
Yeah, cheap as hell. What type of moron would play like
That's
that?
like playing air hockey. When the people play air hockey and they hold. Oh, I didn't mean to leave this out there. I never even
That's
did
hilarious.
this either.
Somebody paid the bill late.
I was hiding. But you know when they play air hockey and
Yeah.
they cover. This is not a good puck. This will
Oh,
be
this
the
is a
thing.
bad puck,
But
yeah.
when they hold it right in front of the,
Oh
and they're
yeah,
just
they
like,
just do this, police it.
yeah, the goal. That's so boring. it's like fucking
I
play
do that,
something
and
other
somehow
than
it still
defense.
makes it in. Somehow it still makes it in.
You
Like
just
a college girlfriend,
overcompensate.
there's no way it's not getting in. My God.
You overcompensate.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, I'm like a little bit of a purist, I guess, when it comes to like tabletop sports.
Yeah.
Because that's what those are, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like ping pong,
mean,
foosball.
Like, I played enough air hockey to be like, all right, cool. Like, there's a right way to play, there's no wrong way to play. Like, don't send the puck flying unless you really hate the guy. And I haven't played enough foosball to really get invested. I think I played like 3 times in my life. Like, I've always seen a foosball table, but just trying to navigate that little ball in between those little people,
Yeah.
it gets annoying to me.
Foosball to me is so fun because you could play with when you have 2 on each side.
Yeah,
it's
that's-
very like oh, you gotta get them. Like it's
I guess I was just always alone.
the high fives. My sister has a foosball table, so I play with
okay,
my nieces
yeah.
and nephews
See,
whenever we're
I
there.
have a twin sister too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a twin sister.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I have a older sister.
Oh, cool.
I'm the youngest, but my sister looks younger than me. She's really healthy.
I have a twin
You have a
sister.
twin sister?
That looks lighter than me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's different.
Yeah.
I said younger. My sister's also lighter than me.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope,
I'm a little tan.
That's
She's
right.
like
melanin.
albino almost.
You get sunburn.
She does.
That's right. Rub it in.
Yeah, no,
That
she's not
suntan
albino. I'm
lotion.
joking
Yeah,
about that.
no,
I'm just being
shit.
dramatic.
Yeah, I'm just being a little
You grew up
dramatic.
with a twin sister.
Yeah.
Is that
yeah.
the only sibling you have?
I have a few siblings.
What's a few?
I think I got 5 on my dad's side and
Sick.
5 on my mom's side.
Are you close with all of them?
No.
But obviously you're close with your twin.
I'm close with a fair few of them.
You're close with your twin sister?
Yeah,
That's
I love
so
her.
cool.
Yeah, we grew up together, thick as thieves.
Yeah.
Thick as thieves. Probably like my number 1 supporter in this.
Did you make her tough, and did she help you be more
She
emotionally
made me
connected?
tough.
Oh, really?
My sister would jump in my fights. Let me tell you, like, I never got jumped because my sister was just so down for the cause. Like,
Hell yeah.
she would just beat my ass. I'm like, my God. Like, I used to run with the bit about like my sister, like, she, like, you know how they have the twins thing, like, oh yeah, do your twin feel the same pain that you do?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, we got a lot of things that's different. Like, she likes red, I like blue. She likes vegetables, I like fruits. Like, she gets a period, I get a monthly nosebleed.
Because she put.
Yeah, whoa, because he punched me in the nose. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I've always thought that was like interesting. Like I know it's a hard thing to imagine, but could you imagine if your sister was like a year older or a year younger, what kind of man that would have made you? Either growing up with like a really close in age, like older sister, younger sister, what have you?
I think it would change the position of who's the protector at this, because I felt like technically I'm the oldest because the birth certificate said it, but then my dad said that my sister's older, so like we don't know, and we frankly don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But my sister was always like taking charge and like the risk taker.
That's cool.
Like, she was the first one arrested before me, so I was like, oh, okay, cool.
I got you, bro.
Yeah, my sister was a badass. She gave me my first blunt. She taught me a lot about music. She put me on to Kanye West,
very
College
cool.
Dropout. Shout out Courtney. Love you, sis.
Aw.
Yeah.
Courtney and Corey.
Yeah. We were almost Corliss and
Aw.
Carlos.
Who?
Corliss and Carlos.
They were gonna name you Corliss? Or
No, it's Carlos. Imagine Courtney being called Carlos.
her name was gonna be Corliss?
Yeah, that's my mom's name. So they
That's-
would.
Your mom's name is Corliss?
Yeah.
That's one of the names in Game of Thrones.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, I only got to the first season, and then I was seeing like cousins fucking. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna get into this. I may come back to this a little later.
Shit's for white people.
Yeah, I mean, shit. It was entertaining, and they had Starbucks, so they got a good product placement. I'll
There's
tell
a
you
guy
I haven't
named
seen it.
Corliss in Game of Thrones, and he's black too.
that. Oh man, he's deep black.
He's
Those white
blonde.
drinks. He's Kanye's final form if he stayed, true.
Or it's not Game of Thrones, I guess it's a fucking...
Oh, it's not even Game of Thrones.
No, it's the new spin-off from it. What's it
Oh,
called?
what was
Dance
it?
of Dragons.
House of Dragons. Yeah.
Yeah, have you watched it?
No, I was not gonna get into that.
Nah.
Like, I barely got through Breaking Bad, and then it was like, hey, Better Call Saul.
No, yeah.
No. I got through the first episode. Love the song that they chose. Not watching it anymore.
Damn.
I don't need to see no more Gus Fringe. I already seen him in all my video games. I'm cool.
That would have been funny. Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos Sahara Baldwin would have been quite the name to come up
It
to.
would have been.
Yeah.
Where did your family get Sahara from?
My dad's name is Sahara. So
Oh, sweet.
ironically, like, we were like fostered to our great aunt and great uncle. So I usually say I have two sets of parents because I grew up with them, but my parents were still kind of really involved in my life.
I'm all fascinated now. So, did your dad pick your name or his name as your middle name for any purpose, like particular reason?
Yeah. The purpose was like if we went into the system and got separated, me and my sister, if we ever met, we would know we were siblings because we both had Sahara as our middle name. So both having Sarah Baldwin was just trace it right back to him, and then boom, regardless. Like I don't think my dad had the insight of like 23andMe because that nigga gets high all the time. It's
like my middle name is my dad's name.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know. I mean, it's my bit. Like I'm sure. I don't know if you remember it at all, but that's it's literally like it's Lebanese tradition.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the same thing. So like. So it's more so the village knows who you're related to.
Yeah,
so if you say blank Bulu Snamit, it's different than Francis Bulu Snamit. You know what I mean?
Man, I always like when you say that, I always think to myself, it's like, what if she clicked her tongue? Like Bula. Turned everything on his head. Like, oh my God, you're that Middle Eastern.
I wish my middle name had a click in it.
That would have been cool. That would have been real cool.
That is so neat.
Yeah, like my dad for being like the hipster that he is, like real cool. Like I think he's like damn near 70 now, still DJing and shit.
I just think it's cool too. Like that's so neat. Wait, 70 and DJing?
Yeah. Damn, I think he's like 68 or 69 getting there.
You should have your dad do the sound for one of the shows.
Oh man, like I was thinking of that too. No bullshit. He's out in Vegas. I could make that happen.
That'd be so sick.
That'd be so sick.
He lives out in Vegas?
Yeah.
Have you and Dick ever gone out to Vegas for shows or nothing?
Man.
Not gosh. Or anything? Not or nothing. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, no. Actually, I went out with a guy named Josh Aguirre. Like he put me on out that way.
I met him through you guys. I did that Redland show with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the night I asked you if you were a veteran because he's also a veteran.
Oh, yeah. That was all a vet show that we did.
Yeah, and
Damn,
I wasn't
I did
a vet.
a lot of vet shows.
I'm not. We're both not vets.
Yeah, we're not vets, but we support the cause.
Yeah, no,
That's
duh.
right.
I'm not like.
Right.
Did that seem like a?
No,
like,
you're good.
Okay.
They're not gonna flag this one. They're not gonna flag this one.
Thanks. Connor knows exactly where my insecurity went. Well, does it sound like I hate the armed forces?
What flag are you really flying?
It's the one that they think was the ISIS flag, but it was all dildos. Remember that one at Pride?
I did see that, yeah.
I didn't see an image of that. That's crazy.
It was someone
crazy.
flying a flag. It was someone flying a flag
ISIS
at Pride.
Flag with dildo.
Yeah, and they thought it was the ISIS flag, but let me see. Someone so fucking funny that they did this.
I feel
Someone
like
made
Pride
this at Pride, and it looks just like the ISIS flag, but it's
no way.
And you know what
it's funny. It was exactly how I thought it would
there's
look.
the side by side, like
There's no way.
it's so funny. I thought that was the silliest thing that a gay person could do. I'm like, you guys are making fun of a terrorist group in the best way possible.
You can never knock gay people for not being creative. That is hilarious. I'm never going to not say gay people are not fucking the funniest
But I will say
people.
it kind of did, like, it's funny because sometimes I'll see certain things written in Arabic and I just, like, kind of cackle back to this.
You said lettuce or something. Yeah.
It's always such a silly thing. Yeah, that was going around for a while when ISIS was popular during like Pride Month.
Imagine just like spreading that on Twitter. It's like they got a new flag.
Yeah,
they're coming to fuck us.
It's they got a new flag. Beware. I've never been
rainbow out.
I've never been much of a flag person except for when I remember I thought it was so cool when I forget when the Lakers were in the championship.
Oh,
my dad
nice.
bought the little window flags for his truck.
Oh.
And I was like, this tie.
Put it in the back of the truck.
Purple window flag. Yeah.
See, my car is a butterfly.
You couldn't lower the window because the flag would
Just
go
gotta
away.
stay in there, musty, hot.
He said my car is a butterfly.
We gotta represent the team.
That's funny that you say, like, I remember, we're just like, I know we finished talking about drunk driving, but our high school would do this thing every year where they, or like every other year, I forget, where they would take the juniors and the seniors out and they would like do a mock drunk driving accident in front of the school.
No shit.
And they would kill one of like the nice students.
What?
And yeah, they would kill like one of the popular students. Someone would find
Wait,
out.
well, hold on. Let's back it up just a frame. You said the popular student. That's
like
quite
somebody-
objective. Did they have to vote for who they killed?
I think they knew who was likable, right?
We offered
I would
Chad
assume
for
so, yeah.
tribute.
I mean, let's be honest. The teachers knew. Like, it takes like
I
10
mean, one of the
minutes to
teachers
find
was
out.
already banging him, so.
Did that happen at your high school?
Hey, I'm not gonna say it didn't happen. I'm just gonna say there was a rumor, and I got confirmation just a couple of years ago because I'm very good friends with them.
Teachers was boinking.
Oh yeah.
A boy teacher was boinking a lady teacher?
No. It was the other way around.
A boy teacher boinking a lady girl?
Yeah.
A boy teacher? I messed that one up. I meant to say little girl.
I'm confused now.
It was a boy lady.
It was
I'm even more confused now.
man teacher, lady student.
It was a hybrid.
What?
No. I'm just fucking with you. Yeah, it's Mr. Math today.
That's so weird, dude.
Yeah,
What a trip.
Stockton was a wild time. Very fun.
I just laugh because like Jack Harlow, the only thing I think of now because of him, where he's like, I could pass that bitch like Stockton, because you really do drive by Stockton to get to Sacramento and like other cities.
Yeah, no, the Stockton is definitely not a place. It's like, man, I want to go check out the weather here. You know, like
You guys had a serial killer not too long ago.
man,
That shit was tight.
Man, that's light work. A serial killer, like now they're getting out. Cool.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And dogs got EBT down there. That's how bad Stockton is. Like, dude.
They're lining up at Petco.
Line up at Petco. I just need a biscuit, man. Started scratching their own neck.
Did you go from Stockton to LA or Stockton to Riverside?
Stockton to LA.
And then LA to Riverside?
Yeah.
Sick.
And still was a little culture shock.
Yeah?
Just because it was more vast in LA. Like
Yeah.
LA, like the transportation out in LA, like you could literally live on the bus at that. Like you could literally just rely on their, what is it out there?
Public
transit. Like I don't know the name of it, but it's
I don't
when you
either.
get a tap card and shit, boom, you be coasting all day. Go to the beach.
Yeah.
Cool. I came out here. You wait like close to an hour for the bus, maybe even more.
Yeah.
And that's for like local. Like 30 minutes? Nah. LA will get you in there 15 minutes back and forth. Then you can take the expo lines where you could see a fight. You know, more like a lot more
entertainment and a ride.
Yeah, right.
It's like your version of being like a kid that had a DVD player in the car.
Boom.
Yeah.
Kiki's delivery service. Put it on.
Sick. We love Studio Ghibli here.
Oh, sick.
From Spirited Away, and
yeah.
then also from Spirited Away.
Yeah, no, you were showing me your gear, kid. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I need it. All I have is like a photo of Luffy. Like, yeah, of him in Gear 5. So, you know, I'm a late bloomer when it comes down to collectibles. Yeah.
It's just fun to have.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's cool.
I got my little
it's
one punch pin. I like this one. This is a funny anime.
Man, I love.
Comedy.
Man, my favorite scene in One Punch Man is when he's fighting like the Beast. Like I think he's fighting the Beast King, and he has the mole guy, as a sidekick. One punches him, of course, and then the mole guy's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get away," and then he just pops up, like, "Oh, what's up?" Like, what? And just punches him out. It peak. Like,
all of it is so funny to me. Have you watched Mob Psycho 100 at all? Too?
I have seen Mob Psycho, and I have too many I got a little like, oh man, Mob, I get you, dude.
Oh, I cried so many times during
this dude
Mob
got
Psycho.
rejected after all of that.
I cry all the time, Corey.
Sister, come on now. See, there's nothing wrong with shedding tears. You just can't drown in them.
We were at I forget what we were talking about. I was talking with my buddy about like 9/11, and he was saying how like
never forget.
Yeah, well, no, he was saying he was like there was two jets that were like, I think it was what we were talking about.
Yeah.
He was like there was two jet fighters that I guess were like ready to, like they knew that like if they were able to do the mission, they were gonna die, but they were just ready to die to save the greater good.
Yeah.
And that made me bawl. I was bawling. I'm like, they knew what they were gonna have to do, and it's making me emotional right now. Just like.
Yeah, nobility is something to admire.
Like you talked about Levi being your dude. Like,
Yeah. I mean, just having to like stare death in the faces, like, you know what? Let me take a piece of you with me. That's pretty badass.
Living's overrated for me. I would just crawl up and die. Be like, I can't help anybody.
Man, this shit, bravery.
Life take me.
Like, I mean, I'll let Jesus take the wheel.
Yeah.
And I'm agnostic, so I don't even know if he's gonna take it.
Have you and Dick ever considered doing like a podcast together or anything like that?
We've talked about it. We may have something in the works too. We may have something in the works too.
Nice.
So I mean, like we already have like so many great conversations too. Like I feel me and him already have like good conversations with a lot of different people. So I mean, I feel every podcast is just that though.
Do you feel like Dick is your soulmate?
In comedy, definitely.
That's so cool.
Yeah, like
I didn't even mean it in a gay way. Like,
yeah.
I had someone who told me like there's a soulmate for you in every single type of way. Like it could be like a romantic soulmate, it could be a loving soulmate, it could be like a friendship soulmate. You're fucking like, to me, I think Peach is one of my Peach and Tuna. They're my dog soulmates.
Oh yeah, no, there's some sweethearts downstairs.
Oh dude, I always tell I would be like, Tuna's my first like real, like not real dog, like my first like long-term dog, right?
Oh, okay.
And I'll always pet her. I'll be like, you're gonna fuck me up when you go. You're gonna fuck me up so bad when you die.
I say the same thing to Dick.
Yeah. You rub his face. You're gonna fuck me up when you go.
Fuck me up when you go.
You rub his head. I love you, man.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I would not be the comic now without Dick kind of like supporting me and really being there with me. Because I mean, comedy is already like it's a grind.
It is.
And have somebody that like comedy is so competitive, to have somebody there that's like, hey, I'm rocking with you. Are you rocking with me? And then just
like there to really support your W's and really be there for you during the L's.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, talk is cheap, but going through those tough times, because there was a lot of tough times, and getting through that and kind of like seeing where we're at right now, like reflecting on those stories is probably what the podcast is mostly going to be about. Because I mean, like everyone has a story, right? Especially when it comes down to comedy. So why not kind of share those? Because we had so many just. Like in 3 years, I think I could write like a volume of like a series of just wild shit that I've seen in.
Can you share one of those with me right now?
Oh my God!
Pick like a top 10 favorite of yours.
We went out to Wind River Casino. It was on the lip of California, like almost in Oregon, and it was Indian territory. Like Indian, like we had to play by those rules, Native. Like, so I'm like, okay. I don't know why it had Indian on the signs, so that's the only reason why I quoted it as such. Yeah. So I felt like, all right, cool. They're playing into it. Fuck it. Wind River Casino was probably the most mundane but crazy nights I've ever had. Because the show itself wasn't anything to write home about, but there were several people in the audience that I got drunk with. And then right after, like, we had to go down to Sacramento to a place called Citrus Farms. So we went from a casino to a farm, and we had to perform there. And a lot of my family came out to that show. And
your family, I was going to say, almost Sacramento and Stockton aren't too far from each other.
Yeah, they're not too far at all. Yeah. So it was kind of like that back and forth, because I think that was the most memorable and crazy, like, this overall experience I had in comedy thus far that I love sharing. Because, like, I literally went from a casino with all these strangers, partying up, gambling, all sorts of shit, to this humble farm, chickens running around and shit. Like, and it was a weed farm, too, ironically. So they got this, like this,
what do you guys grow? Chicken and weed.
Chicken and weed. Chicken and weed. That's how we're eating. We put waffles with it, too, brother. We got
the chickens eat the weed.
These some dope ass chickens, man. Real dope ass chickens.
Well, what sound do chickens make?
Baka.
Now do it high. Yeah.
Buck. Baka.
That's good. Oh, that is well, how do you do it? Do it high.
It's like, dude, how do we cross the road? Dude, who knows, man?
What came first? That's a funny little like song joke I like. Why did Adele cross the road? To get to say hello from the other side.
You know what's funny? The fact that I even know that song. I'm like, oh,
hello from the
Man.
Dude, can you sing?
I used to sing choir. I don't say
No, you do
that
it
up.
without me fucking it up.
Hello from the other side.
He holds the note.
Yeah.
I went, "Side."
Yeah, that's basically all I could do is just
Sorry
carry
for
a
your
note.
ears.
Like,
When did you sing choir?
I didn't I was a pastor's kid, so all I did was like, boom, sing in front of the congregation. So I think that's where I got like my fearlessness from. So when you sing, when the saints, when you're like 6 years old until you're like 15,
Yeah.
you're like, shit. Like, I mean, I'm fearless at this point. What the fuck are you
So
saying?
you've been performing and you're
Yeah.
familiar with stage presence
Right,
and kind
and
of.
embarrassing yourself at the same
Why
time.
embarrassing yourself?
Because I hate singing.
No?
Like if I'm drunk at a karaoke bar, boom, we're getting into it. Sober in front of like a congregation talking about Jesus and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. I don't need to be 15-year-old still singing, "Oh, when the saints go marching in." And like that's
Oh, when the saints go marching in.
And it's like, it's almost like when you give like a kid like a sparkler. It's like, they'll run with it.
Yeah, I don't know all the words.
Yeah,
That's why I started thudding.
I couldn't remember off the top of my head anyway.
No,
It's
yeah.
been so long.
In Catholic church, we did a lot of elongation.
Yeah, you guys had harmony. You think that? I think they got that idea because of what the boys were saying.
If a word is only
That's
one
how they sound. It's like,
vowel.
oh, you sound heavenly. Oh.
Corey.
Yeah, man, we may have to cut that joke. That was a pretty bad one.
I mean, that's hilarious. Corey.
I don't know why I
I'm
went
appalled.
Cancel before it starts. Cancel before it starts. Oh God, that was
What the heck?
my bad, Catholics.
My bad, Catholic. It sounds really forgivable coming from your mouth when you say, like, "My bad, Catholic." Like, you're so smooth.
I didn't mean it.
That sounds like the "I'm sorry, baby." How I apologize to Chantel. "I'm sorry, honey."
I got that from Eminem. It's like, I still love y'all.
So when you say that was like one of the craziest days in comedy, just like the difference in it.
Yeah, the difference to travel. Like, I think it was the most we had to do to get to a show and get there on time, ready to like perform and all that. So, like, local, like, it's cool. You could do two shows in a night, like going for Colton, Redlands, something like that. If you time it well, you could do that.
Yeah.
Going from literally the tip of California all the way a little bit before Sacramento is a trek.
Yeah.
Like, I think it took us like 2-3 hours with stops. So, I mean, if we just went through it, still would have been 2.5 hours.
Yeah, for real.
And it was 4 of us in like a compact car. Yeah.
Did the
Feel like
tribe have
sardine.
any? Did the tribe have any particular rules for what your material could be,
True.
or did they not
Are you talking about
at the casino?
Oh man, they didn't have no restrictions, so we just went in there and went buck wild.
Damn,
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, I gave a compliment to like 3 ladies in the front, and they were just loving us. And then they like loved all 4 of us. They were just buying us drinks the whole night.
Oh, damn, girl, you gonna call me chief tonight?
Yeah, man, one of them hit me with that. I was like, God damn, I'm either like hated or I'm a fetish. Like, there's no in between. Mind you, she's married, so she just wants to make one wrong decision that night. You know what I mean? She wasn't trying to find love. She's just trying to find a mistake.
Were you that mistake, Corey?
I was not. I was not.
Nice.
I was married to the bottle that night.
No.
Thank you, Modelo.
Modelo, you saved me.
Modelo saved you from Sanchez.
Is that what Modelo does?
It needs to be this thing, yeah.
I feel like it's also surrendered a couple dude to Sanchez too.
Yeah, for sure.
I keep going back to
It
it because
could
I keep
be a
drinking
pro
Modelo.
and a con, fool.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
It's always so interesting to me when you end up getting to a place and they have like a set of rules or parameters. that
You know,
need to
I
follow.
don't think I run into many shows that have had that.
I've only ran into one.
Same here.
Yeah.
Like one. And I still broke that rule.
Dude, that's the
Yeah.
thing. I got so paranoid. I was like, I'm gonna suck
But
because I
without-
didn't know before. Why don't you tell me the
Right.
rule when you book me?
Man, on top of that, like, not even prepared. Like, then you just eat a bag of dicks at that point. 'Cause
Yeah.
that, like, now I gotta tame my whole set. I gotta cut this. this, and then now you're just overthinking it at that point. Now you just want to do word vomiting shit. Like, all right, I'm just going to get through the set. Racism.
Do you remember like a show that was just like so fucking awesome, pinnacle to you? And I'm going to ask you the opposite too, if you remember like your worst bomb.
Man, there's been so many bangers. I would say one from the past definitely has to be, we did a classroom. Like, I don't know if you ever seen The Comedy Closet.
Oh, I've seen it on UCR, the comedy. Yeah.
So I gave a guy named Josiah like an opportunity to do the open mic at the Hideaway, and then he went on to make a comedy club there. That was cool. So he invited me and Dick over there, and they were having like a little comedy show in this classroom. Classroom was booked. Like, everybody was in there. Of course, it was like school, so I mean, I guess like
college classrooms can be
it's
huge,
still an
bro.
Audience. I mean, shit, they're of age, right? Like, boom,
they're 18.
Like,
over.
we could have brought beers over there. And boom,
No.
had a really no, you can't. No, you can't. No beers, guys. No beers. No drinking and driving.
I'm like, no.
Way back, way back.
Back to drinking.
Callbacks.
You accidentally bump someone in the shoulder at like the grocery store. Like, I'm so sorry. Don't drink.
It's Corey, the DUI guy.
You're like the guy, the cart narc, the dude that like put your shopping cart away, but you're like, don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive. What are you doing? Is that an open container?
Yeah. Was the classroom like one of those auditorium style classrooms, or was it like a?
Well, I don't know how I could really describe it, because like it wasn't really a stage. It was just like a little lift. And like it just seemed like it was meant for a teacher to stand just slightly above the students.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they had to sit down and it's like, I am taller than 5'7", and that's because of that little lip right there. So I almost tripped on that bitch going up there. And it's dark in there too. Like I was like, oh, meant to do that. And then I didn't know I was supposed to either do a set or talk to him. So I did a bit of both. And it worked out. It worked out. I sounded like I knew what I was talking about.
You just start writing on the whiteboard. You're like, E equals MC squared.
So bad. So badly. If they had, it was a chalkboard too. So I was like, oh shit. But I hate the sound of a chalkboard. Like it did that. Yeah.
When I was back in school at Cal State San Bernardino.
No.
One of my
Cal State San Bernardino. We're going to teach you how to hold a gun the proper way.
Hell yeah. That
Only
place,
on the left side.
That place turned me into the gangsta I am today. No. Yeah. I went to school there. But one of my professors did a really funny, like, I'll call it a whiteboard joke.
Love it.
But it was an anatomy class, and he just went to the whiteboard and as big as he could, like, top to bottom of this, just wrote the word pussy. And then he looked at the class and he said, in the future, if you're ever trying to describe a wound that has pus,
What?
never call it a pussy wound. He's all, because it's pussy. Pussy's not a word. And then he's all, call it pus filled. So he did that whole thing just to teach us how to describe a wound as pus, like when we were looking at body wounds.
Pussy's not a word.
Pussy's not a word.
That just makes me want to call myself
You know when you have like a
pussy.
cut and it's like full of pus?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not like to call it, to describe it, it's to describe it as a pus filled
it is
wound.
not. Pussy is not the adjective.
Dude, it was one of the biggest pops I've ever heard. When he said the whole pussy wound, like everyone's like, it's going to sound like,
I've been saying this about my acne for years.
I got this pussy wound. I'll call that a whiteboard joke.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
That's
Imagine
cool.
saying pussy's not a word. It was like, tell that to 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah. And you had so much fun at that Comedy Closet show.
Oh man, I had a fucking blast.
Yeah.
But if I had to go like off recently, like these Redland shows, like
They don't need alcohol to get drunk. They're just drunk on life.
They're drunk on knowledge.
Woohoo!
Now here's a dick joke. You're gonna like it. Sorry, I was doing a lot of Cosby jokes around that time.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah, topical humor for the times. You just have to be there.
If you guys seem bored, that's what I'm going for. I'm trying to
Don't
put you
fall
to sleep.
asleep. See, there's something here. There's something here.
It's two comedians joking about Bill Cosby,
just shooting the shit.
who's also sadly one of the best comedians that's ever done it.
You know,
but...
ironically, I never sat through any of his specials.
Oh, really?
I did see Piece of the Action though. I did see that movie. With Sidney fucking Poitier was in there.
Is that an actress again?
Oh, Sidney Poitier.
Yeah.
You don't know who Sidney? Well, I mean,
one
of the first great.
See,
black
that's what was
actors.
going to happen if I said anything about Steven Seagal earlier.
Oh, see.
Her name's Sydney.
Sidney Poitier. I'm saying it like the Boondocks. You catch that, Connie?
Yeah,
as long as you get right there with me, it's cool.
I love some Boondocks. Man.
Yeah, got to.
What a French ass name, Sidney Poitier.
Mm-hmm. Sidney Poitier.
Bahamian American actor and film director.
But what?
I think he might be from the Bahamas.
Bahamian.
Bahamian.
Is it the real life? It's just us coconuts.
Did you put the lime in the coconut? That's the only one I could think of.
Oh man, these are tasteful. This is tasteful humor, guys. This is tasteful humor.
Do you remember your worst bomb?
Oh my god, do I remember it just like yesterday? I suck at hosting. I am a terrible host.
I don't think so.
I mean, you see me do good hosting.
Yeah, but you know how often I host?
Yeah, exactly that. So I brought up Josh Aguirre earlier because I did hosting in the Ontario Improv. One of my first times ever at the Improv. And personally, not only did I go over time, I didn't finish my bits. And I was too nervous to really get out like adequate jokes. And at the time, I felt like when you're a host, you're supposed to like sprinkle in a little humor
in between a little bit.
Yeah. You know, the best job of a host is shutting the fuck up after you get up, after you're done. Like give a little shine for the next person, but don't take up their time.
Yeah.
I said a joke that even to the day it makes me wince. So like the car.
You remember it?
Yeah, I do.
Will you say it or no?
Oh,
I'll respect you if you say no.
No. This will be a funny one.
Okay.
So like the car had like literally like every nationality you could think of. So I was like, well, you guys seen every color of the rainbow. Now here's the color that matters for the white guy.
Oh my God.
Brought him up to that. I got back there. Josh looks me right in the eye. He was like, that's the joke you went with? I was so embarrassed by it. And then it just...
Did it get a laugh?
It got a laugh from them.
Yeah.
Dick and Josh were tears in their eyes.
Oh, no.
I mean, dude, they killed it. They ended up killing it. Shout out to Josh Aguirre.
Yeah.
But we also did a spot called High Point Brewery. Uh-huh. I love brewery shows. But I hate hosting that earlier on because I don't think I really knew my role as a host, and I still didn't really know my role as a comic. So having to start out, like keep that vibe energy, I wasn't really like prepared for it the way I should have been. So overthinking it, I like didn't remember people's names.
Yeah.
I couldn't pronounce them correctly, and I think that pissed off a couple of comics too. So I'm like, not exactly a good impression to put on people.
Yeah. Now, as a person who's like newly hosting shows, what would you say? Because when you say role of a host, would you define that for me?
So to me, in my definition of a host is somebody that's kind of like the navigator of the, like they're
I'm
kind
the
of
captain.
Yeah, like you're David Attenborough. You know what I mean? You're the narrator of the night. You're not trying to like do too much commentary, but you're kind of like steering the vibes. Someone tanks it right beforehand, boom. Like give them a little spice. You know, don't say too much, but this next guy's gonna be hilarious. You're gonna love him. And if you know their credits, by all means, give them a little shine. But the host's job is to kind of give you an insight to what the night is going to look like.
Yeah.
Your host is your first introduction to the show. He's going to be the first person you see. He's like, hey, guys, how you doing? You don't want somebody going up. It's like, well, hey, everybody. This is a comedy show.
See, that's how I feel I am.
I mean, I think you do good, though. Like, you still pulled it.
My energy doesn't, like, my energy levels are from here to here.
Too.
Yeah, dude, I was tired.
Stunting. Yeah,
my little challenge to myself worked. I was like, oh, if you could write a little bit of material on Japan and it works, then like
Yeah, no, that was a good set. That was hilarious.
It was. Thank you. I had a lot of fun.
You gotta learn to laugh at cultures.
Yeah, it's interesting, dude.
Yeah, no, like I see too many YouTube shorts.
Thank you for coming to support that night too. By the way,
of course. Like Ann was already on the show, and she's like, "Hey, you want to tag along?" We already did like a couple of shows where we would just like carpool together.
Yeah, hell
so
yeah.
I was like, "Oh hell yeah!" Catching a comedy show, kick back at a brewery. Melissa Nemi and Mike James, you fucking right. Let's go.
Yeah, thanks.
And then you guys gave me some time up there too. I was like, "Oh heck yeah!" Just wrote that Holocaust joke. I really wanted to like nail that one home.
Yeah. It's kind of fun coming up to the drums and the guitar and stuff too.
Yeah. No, the band was really cool.
Yeah.
I really like that aesthetic.
I love how excited the owner is about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good show. Like top to bottom, like great comedy. Like you booked really well. So I'm really excited about the future of that spot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's kind of the cool thing about like doing it for a while now is like that observational role is like not only do I see like everybody going up and doing their thing, but I get to find out like who I'm personally a fan of in our scene. And so that's like kind of how me and Mike book it is like we're booking people we're fans of.
Yeah,
you know,
vice versa. Like me and Dick, we usually like book people who are like really like making that climb or really trying to get in. Yeah, and also trying to open it up for people who's already been in. And just like I love going to open mics just to meet people. Like the camaraderie at open mics is like unreal.
Have you been coming back to the grind lately?
I haven't been lately, but
dude, the community there has been bustling.
Man, it's just like the Hideaway back in the day.
Can I ask a quick question about slang?
Sure.
Busslin' and bussin', are they different words?
Yes.
There are different words. Yes. Bussin' is something. We're not going to talk about this on camera, but that's where babies come from. Bustling is like it's teeming or like there's a lot of people.
Damn.
Like,
so yeah, bustling.
Yeah, it's a lot of life. I think that
I can't say the
don't
scene
quote me on that. I'm not a dictionary.
Yeah, but no. So like the scene right now is like it's like it's just on a roar, dude.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
I just keep seeing so many new faces. I'm hearing they're tearing shit up too, and I'm like, dude, right the fuck on.
Yeah,
and like especially like it's good that Riverside has that hub for open mics because then like I started. Like I was in Hollywood. I was at a place called Covenant House, and I was working as a dishwasher. And a bartender there, he was like, "Hey, Corey, you do comedy? The Hollywood Improv does an open mic."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh my fucking God, improv! I heard of the improv. Let me go do that." Didn't know it was lottery. I got pulled. I tanked, and I walked off stage after a minute.
Damn.
Couldn't do it. The lights was really getting to me. I was already like really insecure. I was scared. Yeah. Couldn't do it. And then I think a year after that, I moved out to Riverside, and I believed it was Mario, the guy I was telling you about earlier, that was like, "Hey, come on down to the open mic. Go right back at the grind." I was like, "All right, cool." I go there, and I find out it's more poetry than comedy.
Yeah.
And then I had to follow like a suicide note, and I was like, "Oh." And then he's like, "You guys ready for some comedy?" I was like, I fucking bet they are. Is it going to be good comedy? I'm not sure. I'm not. And I'm the only comic that night, mind you. So I'm like, oh, really in a room, like War of One right here.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Ooh.
And then when I started seeing the buddy system, I think it was Tito Flores, because I was already going to the Hideaway a bit. But I ran into a guy named Tito Flores, and he told me about the open mic they were having there. And from there, it was like they had a line outside. It was pretty crazy back in those days. Yeah. That's where I met a lot of good friends that I've still talked to today. And man, like starting out from that point, because I've already seen so many like great comedians like from that era that I talk with now. Like at the time, I'm looking at these guys, I'm like, damn, like I want to just get on their level.
Yeah.
And just seeing how they work and then being able to have this camaraderie with them at this point is very validating.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have had that validation without, meeting them at the Buddy System mic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It turns into like a little comedy community. It's pretty sweet.
And I mean, it really started something there because then like being able to do what we do with Quarter Comics, like we just took the chain and kind of just made it longer. So people just kept going and kept going. and just seeing more opportunities for people to perform, get a little change in your pocket and whatnot, but being in front of audiences, get these clips out and just kind of fall in love with the process.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Allow it to flourish here.
Yeah, because like comedy is a labor of love, because you're gonna hate that shit some days, and with that, like, unless you truly love something, you can't really hate it.
When nobody laughs, Connor, it sucks so bad.
Oh my god! Because now you like
It sucks so bad.
Because then what, right? Like,
I'm like, but yeah, then what?
it's like fucking. Can someone just give me a hug? Like,
Please.
please.
That's awesome, dude. Corey, do you have anything you want to plug?
Hangar 24 in Redlands, been amazing. If you guys are in the Redlands area, you can see that flyer. Come on by. You can.
That place is dope too. It's right next to the it's literally right next to the airport.
Literally right next to the airport.
Yep.
Big as hell. And then it's right next to some apartment complex. Like, apparently they don't work there. So there's people drunk going out in their front yard every night, and they're cool with it. So right on to those apartment complexes for not being narcs and shit. There's a whole brewery next to us. Imagine the HOA conversation with that. Yeah, shout out to them. If you guys want to follow us, boom, Court of Comics got me and Dick Solace on there. Or if you want to follow me, my @ is agent_negro_.
So you giggle when you think of your Instagram
Because it
name
was supposed
too.
to be Agent Negro, but I don't know how to put the fancy O. So I was like, all right, fuck it. Like, whatever you want to decipher, whatever you want to decipher it. I got the name from a crayon, not from the books.
Oh my gosh. Hell yeah, Corey. Thank you so
Dope.
much for being here
Thanks
today,
for
dude. I
having
had
me.
a good time. I mean, we've known each other for
We
such a
know
long
each other
time.
for so long, and then I've been seeing you just making that climb. It feels really good to be able to like be here with you.
Yeah, just finally
the
chat
medium
and
pie.
stuff.
Look at the sign. This
Yeah.
is so cool.
he designed it.
What? I thought you were gonna say, yeah, no, he cut it from the actual tree.
Hell
like,
no.
Fun fact about the sign, not really people know, it's the word medium glows in the dark.
no shit. You know, I was thinking that it was like, no way, it doesn't.
Yeah, it
No
glows
way.
in the dark.
That's bitch.
Yeah, the guy's like, I didn't have any paint, so I just bought glow in the dark paint. The guy who made it, I was like, that's sick. It's
We
not
didn't
like
have any paint, so I had to get something more awesome.
we need to do one podcast in the dark.
Invite me.
Do black lights and just fucking.
And I'll just stand in the back.
God damn it, Corey.
Is that Corey or is that a Ghastly?
It could be you, and you could hold my dog Tuna.
Oh, man, me and Tuna. Oh, my God. Synergy.
Man, yeah,
Oh,
thank you so much
dude.
for being here. It was
Thank
really
you for
fun
having
getting to
me.
know you. And
Yeah.
I look forward. I want to have Dick on one day, and then I want to have both of you guys together
Oh, my
one
God.
day.
That would just be an eventful day.
It would be really fun,
Hell
dude.
yeah. And then we could both hop the fence.
Nice, nice. Well, hopefully next time you just find the gate.
No. I want to hop the fence.
Oh,
And life got hurdles. Hop them.
fair enough. You heard it from him, you guys. Thank you for listening. Like, share, subscribe, and
Oh.
we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.